Alright, so we have our eyebrows plucked and trimmed and shaped up. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how I do my eyebrows from plucking and shaping all the way into filling them in, all that you can do at home. So for some reason I get a lot of requests of my eyebrows and I get a lot of compliments on my eyebrows, which is, out of all of my features, something that is not my favorite. This is my favorite eyebrow. This one is my troublesome eyebrow. My eyebrows are different shapes naturally. My bone structure is a little bit different. My eye shape is different. So trying to match my eyebrows is always something that's really hard for me. As you guys can see, even just with them bare, they're pretty different. But I'm sure everyone has a favorite eyebrow, and I hate when I look on Instagram, people have like virtually the same eyebrows, and I'm like, I wish. I could only wish. But you guys have been requesting this, so I'm gonna show you what I use to kind of pluck and shape my eyebrows. I've let them grow out a little bit, and I'm sure during all this quarantine stuff, y'all have been letting your eyebrows grow out as well. But fun fact, I have never let anyone do my eyebrows. I had my cousin Shell do my eyebrows for the first time on a family vacation, and from then on I have plucked my eyebrows. So I am not used to threading, waxing, any of the whole fancy eyebrow stuff. I am a licensed cosmetologist, so I know how to do all of that stuff, but for some reason I just find that plucking them and shaping them myself, it's a little bit easier. When you wax, it's a lot easier to have like a big old mistake. I've seen it firsthand where someone had lost the tail of their eyebrow in half a second. So I'm not about to put my eyebrows up to that risk, because I don't know what the heck I'd look like without the tail end of my eyebrows. So I'm gonna show you guys what my eyebrows are looking like at the moment. I got some stray hairs. The hairs of my eyebrows are getting a little bit long, and I'm gonna show you guys how you can do this at home super easy. First things first, I have this really old pair of Revlon scissors. I don't really know exactly what these were initially for, but I use these for everything. They're just like, I'm pretty sure I got them at Sally's, but they're just like really tiny little scissors, but I use them, I can't talk today. I use them for my eyelashes, trimming them, my false eyelashes, not my real lashes. I use them to trim my eyebrows. I use them to cut off little things over here. I have them over here next to me while I film in case I need to open something up real fast. So these are really handy to me. Next thing I have is this Sephora facial razor. And if you guys missed yesterday's video, I did a video with the, what are you called? This Vanity Planet at home microdermabrasion device. I also showed you guys how I kind of touch up my face, but with this today, I'm going to show you guys how I use it with my eyebrows. But this is super affordable. It's by Sephora. I'm sure you can get it off of Amazon, but the Sephora ones come in a pack of 3 for I think like $9. You just put facial razor in and they'll pop up. And then just a little eyebrow spoolie just to brush your hairs into the way that you want them to be brushed and hold them in place. And then I have some tweezerman. These are very used. They have like eyelash glue on them and stuff. They're not the best, but I like these slanted ones. I find these are easier to get the longer hairs, and you do want to make sure that you have the insides of the tweezers cleaned and they don't have anything on them. And then these are my favorite tweezers. These are also by Tweezerman, and I think I got both of these at Sephora, but these are really pointy, really sharp, and they're great for splinters. They're great for getting those like tiny little hairs. And then I'm gonna go, after I shape my brows, I am gonna show you guys how I make them look pretty naturally fluffy. My eyebrows, they're thicker in spots that I don't want them to be thick, so they are pretty thin on the bottom of my brow and in the tail area, really thick in this spot right here. And this eyebrow is pretty even all around. It does have spots where it is a little bit thicker, but this eyebrow is just, we're gonna be showing you how I do this one, because this one is the trouble one, and I'm sure everyone is probably frustrated with their eyebrows right now. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see what I'm doing. So the first thing that I do with my eyebrows is I actually brush up all of the hairs so that I get a really good idea of this area of how to pluck them. And I take these slanted tweezers and I just go and get all of the big noticeable hairs, so all the kind of long frustrating ones. And if you're not used to plucking your eyebrow hairs, this does hurt, because I definitely remember plucking my eyebrows for the first time and it was not a pleasant experience. But you know, if your eyebrows are looking a little crazy, then you gotta do what you gotta do. And your eyebrows are gonna get red after this, but I just basically go through and get all the big ones just in this area. And then earlier I said that you need to clean the insides of your tweezers, like this part in here, because a lot of the times if you're having problems grabbing the hairs and pulling them out, is because this is not even. So if it's not closing evenly and there's something disrupting it, it's not going to properly grab the hairs. All right, so for this next step, I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit more because it is a little harder to see, but there's these more shorter, stubbier parts of the brow hairs that are coming in, and that's what we're going to use these pointy tweezers for, because they are shorter, they're harder to grab, so it's a lot easier to have these shorter ones. And I like to kind of lay them on the brow like this instead of trying to go like this. So I go and I try and feel where I'm grabbing that hair, and I just go and get all the stubborn short ones out that are really hard. There we go. Look at all that was hiding in my freaking face. Don't forget to pat it out because it does get a little itchy. So after I feel like I got the majority of the noticeable hairs out from underneath my eyebrow, I go back and I brush the hairs up again, and then I take my facial razor, and it's gonna be a little hard to do, but I kind of like look down and I hold my skin pretty taut. And since I am more of a natural blonde, even though it doesn't look like it because the dirty blonde is coming in, but a lot of these hairs that are still here are blonde and they're like more like peach fuzz. So I go in with the facial razor, and honestly, if you're not comfortable, look at the hairs that I already got there. If you're not comfortable with tweezing your eyebrows, this is a nice thing to do. And I'm sure you can find these in different sizes that aren't so big, but you just want to go right underneath your brow and kind of just shave off what's there, and that'll help get rid of any other unwanted hairs right underneath there. And then while I'm at it, I go in the center of my forehead or my eyebrows, because I do get some unruly eyebrow hairs, and I can get a unibrow, and unibrows are not in fashion over here. But if you guys ever want to know where to start your eyebrow, so if you go from the corner of your nose up where your tear duct is, right there is where your eyebrow should start in a line. And then where your arch should be is the tip of your nose through your pupil is where your arch should be. I gotta do this in the mirror because I cannot see, but you follow the tip of your nose and goes through your pupil, and that's where your arch should be, and then the corner of your nose, corner of your eye, and that's where your eyebrow should stop. My eyebrow does not, it's shorter than that, so whenever I draw in my eyebrows, I typically make the tail a little bit longer because my eyebrows are just naturally not there. Unfortunately. This one's a little bit closer. That's kind of the guideline of everything. Then I go in and I brush this front part of my eyebrow up, and there is a bit of a line that I follow. If you can see, it's kind of like cutting hair. You got like this guideline right here to follow. So I go through, and it's gonna be so hard to do on camera, but I kind of hold the spoolie up so I can get the hairs, and then I go through and trim the front of my hairs so they're not going all over the place. And then for the rest of my eyebrow, I kind of leave this middle part alone. I don't really trim this all that much, but as for the tail, it can get a little unruly, so I like to brush these just straight out 90 degrees from the direction that they're going, and I'll hold that spoolie there and I'll just trim them a little bit, and it helps them stay a little bit straighter with makeup. All right, so we have our eyebrows plucked and trimmed and shaped up, but now I want to show you guys just a really quick little eyebrow routine to help to fill in these little sparse spots and make your eyebrows look a little bit more fluffy. So I'm just gonna take, this is a Brow Wiz. Any skinny eyebrow pencil is going to work, though you do want it to be just a little bit darker than your eyebrow hairs, and you're gonna follow the natural way that your eyebrows go. So this whole part goes upwards, and then it starts going sideways, and then it starts going down. And you want to hold it more like this instead of like this, because when you hold it like this, it's going to get the skinnier side of the pencil and have a more fine line. Then when you're doing this, you're going to get a fatter line, and you want to be really light-handed, and you're just gonna naturally just flick some little hairs in there. And it's okay if you don't really see them like pronouncedly. And then what I do is I go and I lightly fill this like top part of the arch and kind of shape it. And then I go to the bottom, doing some light hairs. And this is the best time to practice doing your eyebrows, because if you look like you glued eyebrows on your eyes, then it's fine, you're inside all day. But you see how when I'm like flicking the pencil up, these hairs are all trimmed so they're not going all over the place. And then still following the same natural line of my brows, and then I'm gonna start working downwards. And then this is just with the pencil. And then once I'm done filling them in, I'm gonna take the spoolie again, and the spoolie is a little dirty. I do need to clean it up, but I just go and work the brush into the hairs and kind of blending the lines through my eyebrow and shaping them, taking a look at them. And then my favorite thing to do to really add extra dimension to my eyebrows is tinted eyebrow gel. I had no idea how important this was in making your eyebrows look so much thicker and fluffier. But I just take this, and this one is a little bit darker for me. This is in the shade Dutch, but it colors the hairs and it adds this really nice dimension, and it makes it look so much fluffier because of that color dimension. And you can tell from this eyebrow to this eyebrow, this one's got a little gel on it and this one just has the pencil. And this is how I do my everyday brow. And if you guys do see, I did extend my tail, so now it's reaching the correct spot. And then if you do need help with actually shaping and plucking more of your actual eyebrow than doing more of a touch-up, a good way to do that if you're really unsure is actually doing your eyebrows before plucking them, because it gives you more of an idea and they're more, it gives you more of an idea of where you like your eyebrows. And so like say I'm doing my eyebrows like this and I'm like, oh, I feel like I should take out a few hairs right here to make it even with this, and yada yada yada. It makes it a whole lot easier to, if you're like really getting into shaping your eyebrows, to do your eyebrows. And because they're darker and have more of a line, it's a lot easier to see the comparison between your two eyebrows. So I'm pretty happy with how even my eyebrows are at the moment. I mean, like I said earlier, my eyes are not the same shape, my eyebrows are not going to be the same shape, my face is almost completely different on either side, so I don't really try that hard to get them to be identical, because they're never going to be exact copies of each other, and I've accepted that. But let me know if this little eyebrow tutorial helped you guys out at all. This is just my simple everyday routine that I've had for like the last 10 years or however long it's been since I started plucking my eyebrows. It's probably been 10 years. So this is basically what I do. And if I can find the tools that I've used in this, I'll have it linked down below for you guys, as well as like this one is my all-time favorite eyebrow gel. You guys know that. I have tried the Anastasia one. This is a nice little update for you guys, but with the Anastasia one, it is kind of like the dip brow pomade. So the more that I've used this, the chunkier and the drier the product has become. So it does get a little chunky in your eyebrows, but I've had this for months and it is not dried out at all, and it's still looking bomb. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions about eyebrows, let me know down in the comments. Get this video a big ol' thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to send this to a friend if they need some help with their eyebrows. And if you guys haven't seen my last video, Skincare Sunday, over the microdermabrasion at home, I'll have that video linked right over here for you guys. This video will be suggested to you by YouTube, and my face will be right here where you click on it and subscribe to my channel.